Hello, everyone, and welcome in. It's Aaron St. Dennis, the FF Mad Scientist. I've got Jesse Moeller with me at JMoeller05 and Jeremy Schulman at FF_Rebel. We are here with the NFL Week 13 Waiver Wire Show. How's it going, guys?
It is going. It's freezing. It's literally, so I'm in the Pacific Northwest, and we're not good with snow. So it's like 26 degrees, frost, and snow outside, and I'm like, yeah, ain't built for this. We're just soft weather people up here. Let me tell you.
I'm in Canada, and we're used to snow, and it's not any easier up here. Trust me.
Yeah, or in Amsterdam. It's the dog days, boys. It's the dog days of almost winter, of fall. And it's the dog days of the fantasy season. We were just talking about where we're slogging toward the finish here, but
You know what?
at least half my teams are still in contention. So
You know what the best part? I know everyone hates this week because it's by Mageddon. You know why I'm psyched for this week? Because there's 6 teams not playing, which means there's 3 less games for me to have to write up or edit or recap. At this point, anything. Like last week was hell. We had extra days of football. We had 3 games on Thursday, a game on. Last week took a lot out of me, guys. I don't know how much I got left. And if you could find a waiver wire host, I think you should pick them up for week 14. Just saying. So, all right. I guess we'll get into it. It's going to be a real fun one. There's not a lot out there, and it is the worst bye week of the season so far, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Let's take a look at my article. We'll start there and then go to Sleeper. Yeah, I can't remember there ever being so many backup quarterbacks playing at once. What a interesting looking gentleman there. Sorry. So
always has been.
Yeah, he's a vibe. Gardner's a vibe.
So we've got some shallow league options at this point. If any of these guys are available in your single QB, Kyler and Howell are the prize. Geno is also a good option there. Get into the medium league options. We have Jordan Love, Russell Wilson, who has not been great despite the Denver winning streak, but he's been passable. Baker Mayfield, been about the same. Get a little deeper here. We've got Will Levis, Matthew Stafford, and Derek Carr, and the dart throws, Aiden O'Connell, Desmond Ridder, neither of whom I really want any part of, but if you're desperate, and Gardner Minshew, and I know he played, didn't have a great game, and he's got like 15 or fewer points in the last like 3 games, but they get a bit of an easier stretch of a schedule here, and at this point, if you're in a super flex league and we're on, one of your quarterbacks is on a bye this week, options are slim. So you kind of take who you can get. Aside from these guys, was there anyone that I missed or would you guys just want to talk about these guys? What do you think?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty ugly outside of these guys. So there's no one really catching my attention. Even the dart throw options, like Gardner's fine, but like you kind of know what you're getting from that list. It's not great. For me, the most interesting.
Sorry to interrupt. The only one on the sleeper top 10 that I missed, they have Kenny Pickett and Tim Boyle. I don't know. Kenny Pickett had his best game in 2 years, and it still wasn't a good fantasy game. But sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean Pickett's like he's interesting. He just because there's a little bit of rushing, but he just never gets fantasy points. So I'm good on Pickett. I think Russell and Jordan Love are the most interesting by far. Russell's schedule is freaking fantastic. So his next 3 games, he goes up against Houston, the Chargers, and Detroit. And Detroit can't stop anybody at the moment. So
did you say he was interesting?
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Like
you said all those guys were interesting. That's terrifying. That's truly terrifying.
It's rough out here, man.
I would counter that with crabs are interesting. It doesn't mean I want them.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Them
is a whole other.
I think that these quarterbacks are in that range.
Yeah, crabs or Baker Mayfield. It's always a risk,
Thank you.
Oh,
sorry, I've taken us off the rails. I've got a lot of NyQuil in the old bloodstream right now.
Flying off the rails. Yeah. So Russell's got some stream matchups. I'm like by far most confident in him. The only issue is like he's not passing at all. They're like not passing, but he had 11 rushing times last week. So if you're gonna freaking run it 11 times, like that piques my interest just for the Konami aspect of it. And he's been insanely better compared to last year. It's like a whole other quarterback has taken over that system. So yeah, like I have more confidence in Russell. Like I saw Geno's on the list. I don't even want to deal with Geno. Like I'm just not going that route. It's been so bad with him. So like he's higher rostered, but just skip him. And yeah, I mean if you can get your hands on Kyler, sure. But Kyler's been atrocious, like actually passing the ball. If you look at his stats, he's been really bad. Thankfully for fantasy, it doesn't matter because he's a rusher. So obviously it's Kyler. But yeah, I'm very much interested in him or Russell. And then
I
It's like
was
Baker
wrong.
and
I said the best part, the thing I was looking forward to most on week 13 was the less games. I'm wrong. The thing I'm looking forward to most this week is seeing the YouTube or the TikTok clip you make after this of me comparing the waiver wire quarterbacks to STDs. I can't
Yes, we're
wait to
doing
see
it.
me go viral for that.
Who
How
do you
about
want
you?
it to be? You want Baker to be the STD? Like we can make that happen, no problem. Or we can do Levis. We got
I
options.
think
We got
Baker
I
options.
think
already
that's
is
insulting to
STD. The
STDs.
walking STD.
That's insulting to
Poor
STDs.
Baker.
Yeah.
Poor Baker, man. Hey, we
Listen,
got a comment.
Jordan Love, I definitely like. I mean, the weapons are coming alive, right? Second half of the year, you expect the rookies to come with it, and they are. And he's also kind of doing it without Musgrave, at least last week or two. I think Wicks was out last week as well, right? So once he gets the full complement back, I think the end of the season, Aaron Jones should be back, right, at some point. So that offense could be clicking. So I really don't mind the flyer on Jordan Love at this point to get ahead of the game. Sam Howell, we know he's the volume king, so you want to go out and grab him as well. He also, I believe, faces Miami this week. He did decently against Dallas last week in terms of fantasy, so he can put up points against the Dolphins. And then Aiden O'Connell had a surprisingly not completely awful game against Kansas City last week. He's on bye this week, but he's someone that I think you can pick up and maybe get serviceable points from in a super flex league if you have to.
Way to hedge your bets. I heard you say Aiden O'Connell had it. I'm thinking he's going to say Aiden O'Connell had a good game, and then you go, Aiden O'Connell had a surprisingly not terrible dog. I've got way to hedge your bets. What do we got here? What's up, guys? Would you trade Thielen? That's a big one. Thielen, A-Chain, and Javonte for Chase and Jacobs? I think I would.
Yeah, just like it's.
I mean, in redraft,
yeah, like I do that. I do that in probably. Yeah, for sure.
I think I would for sure in Dynasty as well. I would in both. Yeah, I'd take that one.
Yeah, I think
it's close. It's close, but yeah, I'll take. I think Chase and Achane are probably the same at this point, and then, or certainly Jacobs and Achane, high end Achane, right? Mm-hmm. So then Chase for Javonte Thielen. Yeah, do it.
All right. Anything else to take away here at quarterback before we move on?
Don't
Derek Carr.
Yeah, and Tim Boyle. Stay away from those two. Just no.